Yeah, sure.
All right, there we go. Oh, okay, we're back, guys.
We
Having a
get a little
couple.
transition difficulties when we're going back and forth, so it might gonna happen again. So stay tuned. Um,
All right, so we want to check out the women games here.
yeah, sure.
Want to observe it, but make sure it's on mute. I forget that.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, so
Um,
we're saying Michael Road has always been a player that rises to the occasion.
mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Under adversity, which is why he's massively underrated in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, he's completely controlled his position in this tournament the whole time. Yeah, so.
Very solid. Yeah.
All right, so for the women's championship here,
We have a few.
how many results do we have
We
for
have
round
we
5?
have 3 results already came in for board 5, 6, and 8.
5, 6, and 8. Okay, so we can review those games.
Yes.
All right, so on board 8 here, we had
Summer.
Chloe Stark and Summer, right? So
Yes,
we have
yes.
E4, C64, the Caracal, and then we're mentioning how we got into a position where it was hard for Chloe to play.
Yeah.
Knight C2, Bishop D6,
Do you wanna jump in with us? Okay.
Summer, yeah?
Yep. Come on. Summer.
All right.
All right. So let's talk about your game.
2 seconds to zoom out. You can get a little closer.
Yeah, a little bit closer. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Okay.
And
We have a Summer here.
we have Summer here.
How you feel about your game?
I feel like it went pretty well. Like after I think bishop takes g3, I feel like that's when I was able to get an advantage. I was feeling like a little shaky there, but I think I was able to like.
Okay. So let's see your game once Coach Nigel transitions us.
Yeah, we're wearing a lot of hats today.
Yeah.
Commentators, producers, sometimes the tournament director, kicking out some players. All right, so here we go. There we go. All right, so I did put an extra keyboard here if you want to go through the moves at your own speed. Or,
Yeah.
yeah, so after I click, here, there we go.
Okay.
I like kind of don't know how to use this. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So were you expecting a Caracal here in the final round?
Yeah, I've played her before as white, so I kind of knew what to do.
Okay.
I mean, when I played her before, I lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all pretty normal here.
Was there also in a classical game that
Yeah.
you ended up doing?
It was like here at Marshall, actually.
Oh.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't have played bishop e3. I was like thinking of maybe playing like b3 here or something, which is what I eventually did, but
Right.
bishop e3 kind of like wasted a tempo because of knight a5 and then back.
Yep. And then bishop e2, and then you ended up breaking through with c4, which was very nice. Yeah.
Here I was kind of unsure like what to do in terms of like taking the pawn, but I thought that taking with the b3 pawn would be nice, especially like to try and like make like a break in the center. But of course I wanted to exchange knights first because I was like maybe worried about knight takes e5.
Okay. Didn't want them to. Yeah, E5 looked a bit over attacked, so okay.
Okay. G3 was very good to throw kind of bishop right off from the
Yeah.
diagonal.
I wasn't expecting her to take actually. I was expecting bishop g5 and then I'd probably play like maybe bishop e4. I have no idea if that's right, but I mean that's just.
You took a risk, right?
And then yeah, after
Yeah.
takes here, I just decided like I'm gonna take back and just see how it goes.
Okay.
And
Oh, was this reply bishop G2? It feels a bit loose, like the king is still
Yes, but the thing is that the black, does black have enough
pieces, right?
Yeah, to attack?
I was And I had like a lot less time than her at this point, so I kind of just decided to go with it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bishop d4, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was worried here, maybe knight d3 would have been like,
Much better to kind
Yeah.
of stop the bishop d4.
not sure.
You have some threats.
Yeah.
Yeah, how would you untangle here?
I don't know.
Probably queen f3 will done with the
Yeah.
queen f3.
I think so. After it trades into the endgame, I think I'm better, but yeah.
Yeah, like
You are better. Yeah.
Mhm.
position
Yeah.
there.
Yay.
Even down a few pawns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I have the piece to compensate, and I have the bishop pair, so.
Yeah.
And the deep pawn
And
is
then
also kind of
here, after she took, I played this, and
Mhm.
I think I don't really. I mean, I thought she was gonna play like maybe knight e5, but then like queen f5, and I think this is winning.
Oh, there's no more after 96?
Yeah, and then actually I played queen takes h6,
Oh,
and then
so the close we
and
don't
then
have
she
it. So
resigned.
it's coming in still.
Ah, so after queen h6 they resigned. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
very
mean,
risky.
yeah, there is no way to protect if you play the knight f5, there's a queen h8, right? So no matter what, it's a checkmate.
Yeah, it looks like they made a rash decision here, sacrificing into this.
Yeah.
Without a clear
So g3 definitely
route
was
there at the end.
appealed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and, we were discussing a lot of lines here while you guys were
Yeah,
reaching this position.
I was definitely like going through a lot of positions in my head here, like maybe if takes
Mhm.
with the knight, and then pawn takes, bishop takes, and then queen takes. I think I have knight to
d5?
d5, yeah,
Yeah.
knight d5, and then I'm winning.
Mm-hmm.
And then before, if not sure, like I don't know, just any other move. I kind of plan to maybe do knight g5, even though I don't know if that's correct, but that's just what I was thinking. I didn't actually have much of a plan in this position. I was just really trying to go for the center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trying to
knight
happy the
e5.
center.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Then yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah. Yeah, we both were talking about the knight e5. So yeah, the e5 square was really nice for you.
Yeah.
You know, the dominating the kind of opponent's squares, and yeah, seizing the the space as well, taken away. Yeah, it's a really
Yeah, even the forcing captures leads to
knight
a
e5.
nice position. Yeah.
And then f6 is yeah, that's like a lot going on. b6 is hanging.
Oh, this one I was going crazy, right? I was saying, what if I sack my queen and then I get a little tempo? But no, there's not
I
enough.
said no,
I
it's not enough.
That's a lot.
Yeah, there is it.
It's not enough.
I was just trying to take the pawn anyways.
Yeah.
And prove it wrong, but yeah. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you
us,
so
Summer.
much, Summer.
So is this your first women's championship here at the Mars Show?
Yeah, like last year, I think I was gonna play it, but like I got sick or something. So
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's okay. Well, we are
Glad you
happy
joined
to
us
have you.
this year, and we're excited to see your performance next year as well. Are you planning on playing the Marshall Amateur Championship?
I think so. I think I'm probably gonna play it. Yeah.
Great. All
Okay.
right, so we'll definitely see you then.
All right, good luck.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Always fun to see
Mm-hmm.
the young chess players come out and
Yes, definitely. I
show
love
us how it's done.
it. Yes.
So here we go. Moving on,
Let's see. Like to double check always the boards.
what the boards look like here. We
Yes,
have a champion already and
So we
and a
have
silver medal to
board,
hand out.
let's see if anything came in. Oh, board 7 is finished. Leah Chen won against Leah Young.
Okay, and how about board 9? 9 is still
Board,
going.
yeah, nice.
So let's see if we can guess the final moves here in the Leah match. Here we have e46. We had the French exchange here after bishop e7 castles. Right, getting the queen in front. We were thinking bishop h6 kind of made sense here
Mm-hmm.
for us, but
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So we don't visit it again, right? Once we're
Exactly.
done.
Exactly. So I
Are you
just went.
planning on moving, going home early as
I
well?
just want to make sure.
Okay,
No,
okay.
definitely. It's getting late.
It is
Everybody has
getting
their
late.
own. Yes, and you know.
Oh, Monday. That's the one day I can sleep in, actually. It's
I
the
am
opposite for
so
me.
jealous. I am so jealous. I wish that I had that kind of Monday.
All right, so rook 81, knight b6, and 95. Okay. The bishop goes to b5, and queen
Queen goes to
h3,
h3. Okay.
knight c4. I see. So here I'm thinking about the tempos I could gain if I were to trade and see if it's worth it, at least forcing moves
Yes.
and gaining the space.
Yep.
Not really targeting anything, so it just looks attractive to me to
It does.
trade.
Yeah.
It feels like in any variation, it's a forced handful of tempos.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
Here at this last moment, I don't know if I
maybe bishop
would
e5.
actually move.
Maybe bishop e5 goes after bishop c6.
Oh, after
Bishop
bishop c6, bishop
Yeah,
e5.
bishop e5. It's like a nice, interesting move.
Okay.
If you take, maybe I can take with the pawn.
You want to take with the rook?
Maybe with the rook. Right, it depends.
Anytime I say a move, you cringe a little. It's not your style. It's the opposite of what you would do, yeah.
Yes, we actually do the opposite, right? I'm like more careful, and you're like, okay, let's sacrifice.
Push,
I like,
push,
yeah,
push.
push, yes. But I like to prepare and then sacrifice.
All right. You need to make sure all the answers are set for you. I see.
Listen, I'm not always correct, but that's my style.
I understand. That's why they paired us, I think. So after bishop e5, we have.
But sure, what do we have after?
Oh, okay. Actually, that was my line.
I did, yeah, that was your line, and then
So they
I
didn't do
stepped
that.
in.
Oh, even crazy. Oh, you're right. Then I have seven.
Knight f7. That was like very interesting. Yeah, queen e7.
And then we snatched the pawn and we can run away.
Knight h6,
fine.
and then we talked about if the king went to g7, and I went crazy over here. With the knight
With a
f5.
very nice attack. Yeah, we can see that line again.
That was
Knight
very
f5,
interesting.
giving up a knight. I
Bishop
cannot take with this
f5.
pawn because of the pin. And taking here, bringing the queen over. Right?
No,
Or
I
was the
think
bishop?
I think the bishop f5 we talked about. No, bishop
Oh,
f5.
bishop f5.
Bishop f5, and then h7 and e6. There's like a lot going on. I don't know if it works. Like it's gonna take more time. Yeah, it's like so much fun.
It looks like a lot of fun, exactly.
Definitely.
King f8 happened instead, and now these tempos we were talking about,
Yes.
well, without the trade, which also works, right? The knight is going to be in danger, the bishop is going to be in danger.
Sure. Knight d6, knight g4. Yes.
All right, knight g4.
King g8, and let's see what we have next. Now
Trading
we're
this bishop off.
and bishop goes to e5. Yep. There we go.
Nice
down.
square for your bishop.
Ooh, here we
A
go.
bit of a rook lift. Oh, never mind. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We cannot hang out here?
I guess bishop c6. I don't have enough time to play g4. I don't know. Would I not? Bishop, rook f3, bishop c6, rook f4, perhaps? Am I
Wow,
getting trapped?
hanging on.
Am I getting trapped? Please tell me. No. Oh,
A little bit, but you can sacrifice, right?
well, the rook g4, I also have a g4.
This dancing rook. Yeah, it looks like you might have enough time here. G4, rook over. Rook G4, and we're thinking, yeah, I guess this is a little bit too ambitious. But rook over. Yeah, I wonder why they didn't stick with the rook lift plan.
Oh.
But yeah, after that poke, they slid back.
Oh, yeah, they went back. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to see something else?
No,
Like,
it's fine. It's fine.
Tell
fine.
us,
I
tell us.
don't know. Like maybe we should have done bishop e4. Kind of prepare the g4. I want to.
prepare.
I don't know. Okay, never mind. Let's go back. Let's go back. It's
Alright.
ideas coming now. It's
Rook
late.
E1,
Don't always listen.
rook F8, bishop E4.
Bishop.
as you said.
Okay. It's there. There it
Knight
is.
D6, bishop F3, and okay, rook A8. I see. Where are we going? Where are we going?
G4?
Just protecting this so
Yeah,
that the bishop can leave.
Bishop G4 once probably. I'm assuming. Oh no, never mind.
Queen to
I'm totally
G4.
off.
H4. All right, so we've pinned the G6 pawn, and this bishop is also controlling the king square, so he's gonna stay there a while. So H4, H5 is possible.
Okay, okay. It's fair.
We
Well,
take
the
those.
C7 quickly took, like right there.
No. Trading, and okay, now we have 2 pawn advantage and bishop pair advantage.
This is nice endgame,
And
right?
I think we already have a tactical opportunity here with bishop d5.
Yes, yes,
We get an
do.
exchange, so
Oh, nice and sweet. C4 and then
doubling the rooks, and we are comfortable trading everything out. So
Yeah.
how? Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Another
yes,
connected
it's a-
passers, just pushing forward.
A6
And
is
I
there.
believe this is the close to the
Good,
end of the game. So
Yeah,
Leah,
that's how they finished, I guess, right?
yeah, Leah Chan had a huge advantage here.
Yeah.
The next game that we have a result for.
Sam's game and Fiona
Right.
So we should show her the moment. Would you like join us and then see the game, or just want to stand over there and watch? It's up to you. You don't have to.
problem is the people watching will see the person who had such a terrible meltdown on the chessboard. And it's kind of embarrassing.
That's okay. That's okay. If you don't want to, no pressure. That's fine. It's your choice. You don't, whatever you like. But we're gonna show you that you can watch it if you like, and you'll do it. Okay. All right. We got Sam here. Count in. It was a wonderful game, Sam. It's okay.
Okay. Just don't judge me, chat, for my disastrous chess game.
No judgment at all here.
We've all been there.
Exactly. It's tough when you play. It's very hard to see all the moves right away. It happened to me all the time. I even like hung the queen because of that. So let's see.
Okay, so we can also go at
Do
your
do
pace
do
if
you
you want.
wanna your pace, or do you want us to?
Where's the yeah?
Right there, yeah.
Okay.
This was a weird move. I don't really see. When I played a Catalan versus low-rated players, they always play like a weird move that is not in my theory, so I have to like spend time to figure out what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Normally they play like b6 or something, and I think it led to problems, as you see.
Right.
Because she goes for c5, like I think too early. I don't know. Could be correct. But
No, like your position to
I kind of felt that she was unprepared in a way. I've done probably b6, bishop b7, and then I'm probably c5.
yeah, there's like problems in the Catalan if they go for c5 too early. And here I just set up a basic tactic, and she
Yeah.
had to play I don't know, what could she have played here?
In this position?
might be too late now.
Might be too late.
Yeah, probably too late.
B6 was allowing that trap anyways,
Exactly. Yeah.
no matter what.
Even if
Maybe they should done here e5.
I mean, even if not, then he lost the pawn, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing they have to give up the
yeah,
pawn, so-
like if you go queen c6, then I just play like knight g5.
No, yeah, that's not good. So it probably e5 to stop the bishop f4 for now. I don't know if it's gonna hold it.
And then I just get a really good position. But yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Knight g5 was excellent.
Yeah, I love that you took your time to get the full rook.
yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, and here I just
Knight
start-
e4, this is all good.
And
And here
here-
the trade was with the queen, you're supposed to take it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And e5, there was no exceptions. On e5, we just take it with the queen.
Offer a
and-
queen trade on
yeah,
top
for
of
the-
everything.
Yeah, and that's it. You had it. Otherwise, after queen e4, you can just retreat the bishop and you have a full rook.
Yeah.
I mean, not the full rook. I mean, yeah, full rook. Yeah, I was right.
I was excited for here I just had a lapse in concentration. I don't know. I was just got tunnel vision. I was like, oh, she's gonna play bishop takes a3, rook takes a3, bishop d6. And she probably made her eventually, but she played this move and I was like, oh,
You had already decided what her next move was going to be, and
yeah.
and something unexpected happened. Yeah. Yeah, she recovers a lot of points there.
Yeah, I have to do it for this.
So here, why did you sacrifice the rook into two pieces?
I
Why
thought that
not the bishop takes, for instance, well, e5, and then how about the 3 pawns? Might as well.
yeah, I guess that was too like materialistic in a way because I thought they should just go for the two bishops for the rook instead. But I guess what you're saying, like, if I did that, I probably would just win. It would have taken a little bit longer, but
Mm-hmm.
I did. Yeah, and I was just missing moves. It was really bizarre. Like it was here I realized, oh, she has rook e8, and
Right.
then I played this because I was gonna play queen g6. Um,
Bishop f3 probably was the
yeah, I was gonna play bishop f3, but I wanted to be like more aggressive or something.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, and here I'm just losing.
And then you play queen f5. This one is losing. This is a checkmate. So bishop f7 we talked about.
Yeah, I looked at that, but I thought I run out of checks, you know?
You do, especially if they right away they can go king h8, and apparently this is what
Queen
holds
d3.
your advantage,
Yeah.
which is very hard, of course, to see over the board.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what the computer wants.
What about
Um,
if they take? Is it
Well,
perpetual?
your king is if they take queen f5 check.
And you just stay on a light square?
we can double check.
Yep, there we go.
So you get the
I'm
front
s-
position here, king
like,
e7.
oh, if you go to a dark square, it's probably not good.
King g8.
Yeah, then it's just
Want you to just keep checking, right?
Mm-hmm.
what about king h? King h8, let's go to f8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the only chance. Like everything else,
Yeah.
there's a big disadvantage. Yeah,
Yeah,
they take f7.
yeah, I don't know.
And then even if they go into the corner here, then you have a win with queen d3 because eventually they run out of checks. A lot of the mating nets happen with the queen e2 check or queen f1 check, so the queen just hanging around stops that from happening. Did she finish the game soon after this?
She had some ways to like. There were some moments where she impressed me because like there were some moves that would have like lost the advantage for her, and she found the like for one like I think the rook check is the only one that works. I think if you take with the queen, you run out of checks.
The king just runs to safety,
Like
right?
king goes to g4,
Mhm.
and there's no more checks. So like, and a lot of people would like just take with the queen because you know taking with the queen looks better, but she did the right ones. And then here, and then I have to give up the bishop because everything else is taken.
Everything else is made, yeah. Yeah, now the
And
king's
now I'm in trouble. And here, like for example, if she like I was here, I was like queen c6 is completely winning for her. But if she takes on h2, I don't even know if this is because it's really hard to stop my queen now.
Mm-hmm. But then, how was it? Let's go back 1 second. I think that's the checkmate here, didn't I not?
For that is that she gave up the bishop to survive is her idea. So she gave up the bishop and then this is the position now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And then,
I guess I don't want to allow you to make any checks on me.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you do the check, the king runs on h7, and what do you have? Queen f5 back check, right? And
Yeah.
g6 I don't have it because f7 is hanging.
7 is hanging.
Yeah, so like a lot of people would have just taken h2, but she played like the mature move, and now that's what she did, yeah.
Mhm.
And now I don't have anything, and she's about to force a queen trade into a winning endgame.
Mature audience is on me.
Yeah. Then I just get cooked here.
Trades into the winning
Yeah, and then promotes the
endgame.
pawn.
Yeah, Sam. So
Pawn was one tempo
Behind.
rook h2 somewhere and winning the queen, or am I hallucinating? Oh, that's.
No.
No,
Rook
I
h2?
said queen g6. Play.
Even
No.
here, right? Number 6.
And rook h2, yeah. Yeah. They can win that. Right.
Would have been
Yeah,
the
right.
the cleaner win, right?
Clearly, yeah.
I should play rook h2 first before.
The rook f he oh, right away you talking about in this position?
Isn't that it?
In this position? How it's winning? Rook h2 queen.
Queen on h3. Play.
Oh, with the queen on
Oh,
h.
I'm sorry, the king can run back to h3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, can you do it now?
There are a lot of winning moves, I
Can you
think.
play rook h2 now?
Queen takes h2.
Yeah, we still win the queen here.
Yeah.
In whatever order we have forcing,
Yeah.
Win
we transpose,
Yeah.
right? This one
Yeah.
seven.
Yeah.
or this one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, either way.
Yeah.
Either way.
Either way works. Yeah. But they went after
So
the.
she's unrated for FIDE. She doesn't have a FIDE rating there, right?
Right now.
Maybe I would have to check online.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Leech has picks up what it varies.
USCF, it shows me that she has
Yeah, it's like-
1746.
Oh, okay. That's less bad for me then.
All right, thank
Yeah,
you, Sam.
You know, I'm going to the North American Women's Championship in the Dominican Republic next week.
Oh wow.
So I hope I don't lose games like this.
Just gotta learn how to convert, I guess.
The
Yeah,
winning
and
position.
that lapse of concentration happens a lot. When you get finally some advantage, and then
Yes.
suddenly
You just kind of like lose.
I feel like right after that gain an advantage is exactly when they can turn the tables on you. You already had that confident. You might be moving a little too fast, a little too quickly into someone's plan. So, as Tamar mentioned, I think after queen takes, I don't think I see any
Yeah.
problems for you, and this bishop can definitely make it out. Very resourceful from Fiona to find this trick where she recovers a lot of points.
Yeah.
But you still had a chance to fight. So after b4, take, and when they play bishop d4,
Yeah, I
instead of
just
take,
take on
take
e5.
the e5.
And then I just win this.
And then the bishop d5, you can pawn, or you can just retreat the bishop. Either one works. And then you can just play.
Oh,
Yeah, bishop d5, I
Yeah,
like it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I would too. But she has the options. You don't have to. So it's definitely either way works. And then slowly, it's gonna take a while, but you have a 3 pawns. You can, convert into this position definitely slowly into a winning position. Because you're gonna have a pass pawn. But it was well. I mean, yeah, it was a really good game though.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side, I lost 3 games, but I was winning in all 3 of them,
Yeah.
including 2 first WIMs. So
No, it was very good turnout. You should be really happy. Thank you, Sam.
Can you click on Arena's game?
Huh?
Can we look at Arena's game real quick?
in a second, I want to talk to
Yeah, we did
Mr.
it. All right.
Okay, so we're gonna slide over to the senior championship here.
Let's see. What the
And
results.
great, it did not freeze on me. Perfect. Good evening.
Hello. How was your game?
It was a draw. I spotted my opponent for a lot of time because I was somewhere else.
Right, you had
I
a
had taken a round 4 bye so I could play in a tournament at the Packer School,
Right.
and I was successful there. I was in a 4-way tie for first place with 2.5 out of 3, along with Michael Rode, Joshua Coas, and Nathan Malazina, whatever his name is. And
All
So
right.
that went well,
Nice.
but unfortunately, my game went the distance because my opponent was very tenacious, and as a result, there was a bit of a time overlap between, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. And by the time I was done with my game, it was 5:30. And guess what? That's
That's the
the time
time
that this round started.
started.
So,
Yes.
but the organizer, Sari Awad, he was very nice. He
Yeah.
called an Uber for me.
Oh, that was nice of
Yeah,
him.
that was
Yes.
very nice, and it
Yeah.
was very critical because without that Uber, I'm probably not getting to the game on time. I showed up like almost 45 minutes late,
Right.
you know, but
Yeah, we see the big time advantage
I'm sorry.
that we see the time advantage Eric starts with here.
Yeah, it was a
38
big
minutes.
start. You know, I managed to get into a position that I was comfortable with. You know,
Yeah, I noticed that once you had both of your knights against.
yeah, you know, the last time I played him, I didn't trade the knight on F3, and he played a move knight e5, I think, and or knight d2, and he traded, and he took back with the knight, and
And of course,
he got
we
the
can
kind
turn
of
this
game that he
to see
liked,
yours,
but this time I left him with the bishop, and I was surmising that maybe the bishop would not be as effective, and I was actually happy with the game. Yeah, I had to strike at the center immediately, and I went for the trade of black squared bishops, bishop c5, and I'm kind of handicapped by my knight on e8, so I
Yeah.
have to improve the position of that piece real quickly. Otherwise, I'm very happy with my game here, you know. So I go for the trade of queens. I was actually happy to see queen d4
right?
because I played queen b6 now.
And now you want the queens off the board as well.
Yeah, let's see what. Yeah, that's a loss of time. So I went
That
for it
shuffle
here.
there, right?
Yeah, this is where I went for the trade. And I actually think he should try rook on after d1, and because if I take on c3, he's going to have some counterplay. Well, not right away. First, I got to trade queens.
Trade queens, right?
And then take on c3, and then I was going to play b5 here.
This is now kind of nice for black, I must say, because the double pawns, right?
Yeah.
You just have to figure out how to
He could
advance.
play a4, but then I could play like knight c7.
Yes.
I was kind of aiming for this position, and I figured if we go into a double rook ending, I have a chance here because of all his weaknesses, even though that might be a draw. But that didn't happen. He traded queens immediately, and
Right. After knight takes.
yeah, I played that after long thought. I thought about knight c7 here, but I decided my knight was better off on g7, and the trade.
Yeah, like the route you open yourself for, going to f5 is nice.
I figured if I put the knight on c7, it doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
I could go to b5, but then it'll take once, and then I'll be stuck with a weak b pawn for a long time, and just a bad position. So I figured that's the only one. Yeah, I went into that now, and.
Yeah, you already have control for the c file.
I think I've equalized. I'm going to give myself the double pawns to get rid of that knight on d4. But I figured, I could play here, and I went for the minority attack. Yeah.
Here in this position, we were thinking, like, is it possible for white, instead of knight d4, to play g4?
Right. So instead of
knight
allowing you to play f5.
would be the
I'm just going to play g5.
Oh,
And
interesting.
then I could put maybe, actually, should I play g5 now? Or, yeah, g5 is an interesting move. I think I'm
That's
gonna,
interesting because the g4, right? See?
But you know what he could do?
I wouldn't even
Maybe
think of
go
that.
back to d4 with the knight on that. And
Now it's
If
still.
you
you know
take
what I could do now? Maybe F6.
F6,
Yeah.
okay, and then probably H3.
And now if he takes on, I just take
He's
back.
forcing trades.
Yeah.
Would you?
I'll trade and then I'll play E5 in that position.
I don't know, do I want that kind of thing, or just let them, let's go back. Simply play it, go back. I don't want that pawn. F6 you play, and then maybe just H3. You think it's gonna be good just to keep it solid, so the
Well,
knight is not that.
can't I win a pawn?
How so?
Take on F4 and take on E5?
No, 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 no.
Because
Uh, do I have that? Can I take it on?
well, maybe you could play rook on B to E1 first,
Right.
over protecting the E5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very good move, and
Yeah.
I might actually be in trouble.
Yeah. If you take the rook takes and then E6 is a
Oh
weakness.
no, I could take on E5.
Yeah. If you take a E5, rook takes E5 and E6 is the
And,
weakness. Rook F6.
But then after G5,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to give it back, and I might actually be worse than, because then he's gonna have.
It's a tricky position.
Yeah, this is actually good for white. So going for all those trades is not good.
Right.
Would you have to reroute your knight again? Do you suppose, or? I guess we're holding, right?
Yeah, most like maybe I should try F6 immediately instead of G5.
Mm-hmm. And now knight
Yeah, it looks
D4.
like an appropriate response here. And
Yeah. And then knight D4,
But
you
you know,
take, I
he could
take.
play knight D4 anyway, and
Yes.
it transposes.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
actually, I think maybe F6 should not be played.
So maybe instead of knight,
Concentrate on the queen side, leave my knight on B7 to stop F5.
what do you think
stop
about
those
instead
pieces,
of
right?
knight G7 playing H5 right away? I mean, then I'm
On
kind of
H5, you could play H3.
no, before knight G7. So kind of like just throw that,
Play H5 first.
and then let's see what they're gonna prepare. If they play H3,
Oh, that's interesting.
Hang out on each
Maybe
other.
that's what I mean.
You have on the
Or
side.
Maybe H5 was more accurate.
it's interesting, the end game. So
Yeah, that might have made a difference in the game.
Mhm. All right, so let's see what happened actually in the line.
Knight G7,
Knight
knight D4.
I
Yeah.
was happy to
Got it.
trade off that miserable knight, but
Yes.
yeah, here I start to go wrong. Yeah.
E5.
And
A5.
here, instead,
Oh.
taking is a mistake, actually. I should just play rook
Doubling.
and F to C8
8.
right away.
Yeah, let them take you, and then so you can advance your other
And
rook as
then
well,
You
right?
could play rook on F to D3,
Right.
so that if I take, he could take with the rook, and then we're just trading pieces.
But you don't have to do it anything, right? Let them.
No, you
I
can
could
hold it.
try B4 right away here without trading, and
B4 right away.
yeah, and if he takes on B4 and with the pawn, I'll trade rooks, and then I could play check and take the back B pawn, and I have a protected pass pawn. But I'm not convinced about this because his
So
king-
B4, A takes B4. Would you trade, or are you gonna take C captures B4?
Well, C captures B4. I just play A
Yeah, go
captures B4. And if A captures B4, I play rook D4, and then rook
So I do this.
D4,
If I capture like this, what would you play?
just take it back.
Take it back, and if I take it, and then you will trade.
I trade.
You take and then the check, right?
I could check or maybe, yeah, check.
King comes and
Check
check,
again and take the B pawn.
and take the B pawn, and then probably it's
Try to play this position, but
yeah.
but
I think this is nice for
this-
black, isn't it?
I mean, I have a protected pass pawn, and his rook is temporarily misplaced, so maybe I could
Mm-hmm.
march my king over.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just don't know. But instead I took, and he got counterplay with rook B3,
Wow, nice.
and Yeah, I didn't see. I thought G3 was a mistake, but it really didn't matter. I decided to cut him off on the seventh rank, but still, he played B4 here, and
Trade it off.
yeah,
Broke
now
with
it's
you.
liquidating to a draw because my king has nowhere to go.
There's no infiltrating squares. And
Right.
There's no entry. He could always play H3 to keep me out. And if I play pawn H5, he could play pawn H4.
True.
And my king is kind of boxed in, and I'm gonna have to run my D pawn and
too close to
indirectly
the
trade
king.
off those pawns.
Right.
So my pretty protected passed pawn was not pretty enough. And we agreed to a draw on a couple of moves.
Yeah, this is the drawish
Yeah, this is
position.
pretty dead.
Yeah, pretty
see.
dead.
Well, I guess
4 and 4 on the
can't
same
be
side.
totally unhappy with my performance. I went through the whole weekend without losing a game.
Mm-hmm.
I won prizes in both tournaments. So
Definitely
Excellent.
3 of you with
it was a nice
3.5
double
here.
header, you know. But I would not recommend anybody else trying what I did.
A weekend full of chess for you. So
Right.
a weekend full of chess for you. Seven games and
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
lot of
Yeah, I
lot
played
of
a lot
games.
of games. I did
4
not miss a single
classical,
game.
3 game 70s, which also can be pretty grueling.
Yeah, and then it was a little stressful having I think maybe if I had more time, I would have played a little better, but I kind of played it safe. I just was more playing not to lose the game, and I guess so. I got what I wanted.
Right.
But,
So we gotta congratulate Michael Road with
Michael Rose
being
is a clear
the
winner.
clear winner of the
The
senior
only player
championship.
with 4 points. Nobody could catch him.
Exactly.
Congratulations, Michael Rose.
Yeah.
And 3 of you with 3.5. So right there,
I have
second
3.5.
place.
Actually, we have
Eric
four
has
of them.
3.5,
We
and
have
Saul Matera.
Matera has 3.5.
Eric and Sergey
And
Kudrin.
Kudrin
Kudrin.
could possibly get 3.5.
He has already 3.5. He already won the game. So
Yeah.
Kudrin did
so
win.
we're just waiting for Oliver and
Yeah,
Asa.
Oliver
They both.
and Asa. And,
Yeah.
Akram has 3.5 as well.
yeah, that's
So a
the
bunch
guy
of
I
people
beat
done
in
So like a
round
bunch of
one.
them. It's gonna be a
I
bunch of
beat Akram in round 1, and he's having a hell of a tournament.
Wow.
So he's gonna win some kind of class prize, I guess. So, what are the prizes? This first, second, third, and
I believe they were announced when the round started. I'm not sure.
Yes, they were announced.
I've,
Yes.
yeah, I missed the
So
announcement.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the first.
I guess
3.
they're scaled down because of the small turnout. Huh?
Right.
I believe so. It was like supposed to be based on 30, and then it ended up being based 22, I think. or
Yes.
something like
Yeah.
that.
So first prize is like about 550 or something.
Should be. I would double check with the arbiters with that one.
Yes.
So we'll have you back for the Marshall Championship, I'm supposing.
Oh yeah, what's the story with that?
I'll be in December, I believe.
Do I get a free entry, or is it
You-
just depend on tie breaks?
Right. So now that you mention it, there are 5 of you with 3.5. So depending on tie breaks, some of you will get a free entry, some of you will get a paid entry. I like your chances with
Oh, I
free
had
entry.
a shot because of
Yeah.
Akram.
Akram having such a good tournament, right?
Yeah, Akram had a good tournament, so that's huge.
Yeah. No, round 1 doesn't always
Towson.
help you in the tie breaks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll probably see you at the Thursday action again. and-
Yeah, that'll probably be my next visit here. Oh no, I might come Tuesday for that lecture.
Oh yes,
Right.
definitely. Great.
Miss Zhao, I guess I should give her the courtesy of a visit.
I understand. Oh, it was always great to see you, Jay.
Yeah,
Still fighting out here.
likewise, and thank you for having me.
No, thank you for going over the games with us.
Oh,
It
you're
was a lot
very
of fun.
welcome, and till we meet again.
Yes.
Always learning something from you.
Hmm?
All right, always learning something from you, Jay. All right.
What time do we have?
Time is 8:46.
8:46. Yeah,
Oh
still pretty
boy,
early.
what a long day it was.
Yes.
Just maybe I'll have some dinner.
Definitely.
Didn't eat much today. I had a bowl of cereal at home,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a bowl of yaki udon at the school.
Oh, okay.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, they have a decked out cafeteria over there.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think I'll have a nice meal.
All right.
Steve was up until 10 o'clock.
Ah. He knows
AJ.
his good spots.
Does. Okay, so I want to swing over to the women's championship actually.
Let's do it. So let's see. It's a little bit
What are the updates in
We
those
have
results?
The board 3 is already finished. I believe so, right? Let's refresh that. Yeah.
Yeah, board
so
3.
Chloe lost.
Druthi with an amazing upset there on board 3.
Yeah.
With a
Board
400 point, almost a 400 point difference
Mm-hmm.
against Chloe Gaw.
Yeah, she had a really good turnout, right? That was pretty good tournament for her. Okay, what else? Anybody else that we have?
Well, our main other competitors here going for those free entries, Hana and Jasmine. If one of them win, they'll get the second free entry, right? Druthi already has one, and well, Miss Crush and Nicole are fighting it out still.
Yeah.
So I want to see board 3 to see how that game ended.
Yeah.
Looks like we have all the moves. So we're talking about this position and
Oh yeah.
what these knights were going to hang out
Mm-hmm.
on B4 and C4, what they were going to do. The rook has to retreat, and now the queen coming in to back them up.
Yeah.
I like this cohesiveness between the pieces, and then moving up together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a solid performance this weekend. I
Yeah.
agree, make good moves.
Mm-hmm.
You were at the Packer as well. Great. Yeah, he did well. So after Queen D5, we have Bishop F4, Queen F5.
Mm-hmm.
Rook over to C1. So always I have to spend a lot of time calculating moves like this that attack something while I'm giving something up. Make sure there's no intermediate moves that might hurt me. Looks like everything is safe here. Even if I were to take this pawn, when the queen takes, I'm already touching something else. So
Yes. Yeah.
there's
yeah.
no tactical fallacies here. Queen takes F4, rook takes knight, trading. And now I think like Chloe's made this game a little bit too easy for white. Like, well, now maybe we have to focus on this pawn.
Well, probably
like
knight
white's position.
D5 has to happen, knight D5, in my opinion, and then just not only block the pawn on D4, but also protect the C7 square, and somehow they have to, I don't know if they're gonna have enough time, but regain the C file if they can.
I like your thinking, yeah. Knight here to block of course, always a mission to block the IQP, and now I find it a little bit harder for my queen moves, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
and don't
retreating
forget
back
we
to
need this
B3.
H6, right? So back rank manked, so we have to be very careful about that.
Any back rank ideas, exactly.
Yeah,
Chloe decided on knight
so
C6, which is still
It's a
pretty
trick.
good, according to the
pressuring,
computer.
yeah, pressuring on D4, sure.
And both players trying to avoid any back rank ideas, H3 and H6. So now, essentially, I believe is kind of like an end game, right?
Mhm.
We are maneuvering our pieces, trying to provoke weaknesses, trying to find our targets. Right now, everything seems protected except this IQP. Of course, all the pieces are going to be focused on that. The queen retreating slightly to C4, and then we have a battery on that pawn. And this king move allows the knight to be a little bit freer, right? We don't want her to come to C8 with a check.
I don't know. I mean, but at the same time, I don't really see as much. Like, where's the point of the king h7? But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that's the
I
reason.
believe her plan is to move the knight somewhere so that this doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, so the b7 doesn't hang probably, but it's still not really convinced with that move.
All right, queen retreat, rook over, okay,
So now
and now we have to cover the check because like necessary.
yeah, yeah,
Queen slides over to e3,
kind of giving away that if I don't know.
and I think black blinks first, right? And black is trying to create some imbalances here. Rook c5, and we finally take here on d4, and after the trade, I thought we might see a trade here, and then
Take
oh no,
you can't
I
because
cannot. So
c5 if you
I'm
take.
liking black's idea now, but how is white recovering here? Rook takes rook, queen takes, and then on f7.
Okay.
So essentially we traded and then now black is the one with the
The
isolated pawn, huh?
Yeah.
They turn the tables, how the table turns. Computer-wise says this is equal. But g5 was necessary here. That knight f5 was a mistake.
Blunder. Let's see, because the a7 is hanging.
Right. Ouch. King g8, queen c7, g5.
95, and now it's a little bit dangerous for black now.
Yeah, down a pawn in this endgame, even bringing all the pieces off the board. Of course, white wins this. So they have to avoid the queen trades. They have to avoid going into a pawn endgame. So
Right, yeah, so they have to keep the queen on the board. And also see that knight e5 is always dangerous with the f7 checks. You cannot even move the queen. Knight g6, there's then a mate going on here. g3, and that's it.
we're out of checks, and the checkmate happens no matter what.
I think so.
So big blunder here,
Knight
giving
f5.
up the a7
Yeah.
pawn. So
Well, first of all, in this position, I think that taking the d4 and b, I don't know, this is like a really tricky positions, right? When you're pushing the pawns. That's why I wasn't sure about the king h7. I'm thinking king g8 was perfectly fine, protecting the f7 pawn. There was nothing crazy going on. They didn't really move the knight from c6. It stayed there for a long time.
was rook takes possible here?
Sacking the rook.
I was trying to find something. No, there's nothing, right?
I don't see anything, yeah.
Knight takes, knight here. It's such a nice tempo off the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Knight check, rook takes rook.
Could they done here knight f5? No, I couldn't. Because the knight when takes on d7 protects the c5.
Even trading the rooks would help them connect these
Oh
pawns,
no,
right?
that's no good now.
There's nothing in the back.
No, king h2, I slide up. That's it.
Nothing to find.
Yes.
All right, so
Mm-hmm.
a very impressive win from Druthi here.
Yeah.
So over to board 4 with
No, board 5. You want
board
because
5.
yeah, because they already finished. So let's see
Okay,
that.
so we have Elizabeth and RV. RV with white here. We had a Sicilian, C3 a little bit later. And okay, deciding to close things up here with E5 and then knight F1. We've seen these maneuvers before.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like white's best chance here is to play B5 right away,
Mm-hmm.
which I find interesting. I don't know. Oh, sorry. Instead of knight F5, B5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here on this next turn, it says bishop G5 was more accurate.
Yeah, this is the position turned into a very quickly. They lost the material on d7. Then I think this is the position, isn't it? When the knight went to e5 and then d7 forked or something? Or am I talking? It's like a very similar. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's
Black
the
trying to create some complications from now on, but too many trades happening too quickly. And what a nice square for your knight. This bishop retreating here, and RV's
that knight
game
is just
here is very easy moving forward, right?
yes.
Even this knight, I don't even know what it might be looking at. I could even like poke it maybe and see what the plan is. And after this, oh, even queen check and then
Bishop takes, knight takes, queen check. Oh, I was actually I almost sack on e5 back.
right.
It looks very good. Bishop takes and the queen f7 check. And
Just dominating the position here, right? Even just moving in like this, or
yeah, something like that. It looks very interesting. But I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, what happened in the game?
they took once and then queen
Eight.
eight. Okay.
King
The king
H,
ran away to
H7,
bishop
bishop
check,
game.
knight block.
And can we do the queen e8? Yep. And then bishop g6. I don't think it's escape. Okay.
So bishop g6 wins no matter what here. So
Yeah.
impressive win by Arvi here. She ends up with 3 out of 5. Definitely an impressive win.
So
After Druthi with her 4 points, that 3 score might help her get a paid entry to the championship, even though she's under the rating limit. She'll also have a chance to win an entry through the Jerry Simon championship that will be
Championship,
happening
yeah.
next
weekend?
weekend.
Or
Is
the-
it next one?
is it
In
next
2
week?
weekends.
2 weekends. 2
right?
weekends. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So we went over Sam's game, the Leah game, and
We did
Summer
the-
came.
Yeah.
And I think we did the final game as well.
I think
Melanie
we
and
did
Kara.
the- I think we did one. Didn't we not?
Melanie and Kara.
I think that.
Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see.
I do not recognize this position actually.
Okay, let's go. Yeah.
All right, these 3 pawns.
Oh, I remember this position.
Now
but
king
yeah, now it
h2.
came back. Okay.
Pawn takes. Okay. All right, decide to lock it up.
Yeah, this is a really bad queen now, and then yeah, pieces got stuck. Yeah.
All the pieces here. Okay, yeah. So I think we got. Oops, we got to rook d6. I remember
I
now.
believe so. Yep.
That was the final
That
move
was
we
the
looked
final
at.
move, yes. And queen
And the
takes.
queen got it here.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about bishop takes
Yes, I
being
remember that. Yeah, I always looking for sacrifices, which is very nice. It's
or
very
it's
nice.
the forcing lines. Oh, it looks like the rook might be running on her squares, so that's why the bishop swings over. Very interesting.
Ooh. Two
Takes,
pieces.
takes.
Is it rook?
It is 2
Knight,
pieces.
knight. It is 2 pieces, yeah.
Very interesting.
Ooh, we have a first board.
So I think what happened here, I'm pretty sure we can just win with bishop takes d7. So that's actually the only winning move. And black has a chance to equalize if they don't play it.
Yeah.
All these other moves allow black too many opportunities. So what
Yeah.
happened in the game with queen f3,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like the tactics are going to be a little bit too slow. Like one move behind. h6, bishop back, and then yeah, bishop c4. And suddenly black is winning now.
Yes.
This is a big mistake.
Yep.
Rook takes, pawn takes, pawn takes. And it gives such a huge advantage to black. I'm just trying to understand why.
Sure.
So
I mean,
even though it's a rook for 2,
yeah, problem is the black pieces are not active. That's a sad part, right? The bishop on c8 is still there. Knight is not doing anything, as you mentioned. The bishop on g7, just like right now protecting the king, sure.
but there's no advancing for white, right? There's no attack.
I don't see anything
Immediately.
at the moment. No.
Yeah, so I think what black is going to aim
Slowly
for
they
is
have to, yeah, they slowly have to kind of, yeah.
unveil the
open up.
pieces, and cute little move here that poisons that knight. Of course, we lose the
Ooh,
queen,
that
right?
was losing the queen.
So-
yeah.
It allows for the knight to keep developing. Pawn g5, capture, capture. Okay, knight check. All right, now everything is connected, and now the king is suddenly very weak and falling under attack.
Mm-hmm.
The pawn on e3, it's like everything is connected, nothing is going to fall.
Right.
Everyone's advancing together.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop back to f5, nice. And some free temples on the queen, and right here is where
Yeah.
the game ended after this pin.
Yeah,
So
that's definitely game over. Yeah. So like once the black advanced their pieces, it was
unfortunately, Melanie had that opportunity, that tactical opportunity, taken on d7.
yes,
Just
and
missed it.
yeah, she missed it. Yes.
Fortunate.
All right, so we
Ended
just had that
before.
the board one came in with the draw. So let's see what happened.
Right, so a little reminder here with this bishop f1 idea, right? And black going into something a little bit double-edged, just
Yeah.
creating something where we thought we were definitely going to see someone win, someone lose. This is the move where we stopped before, and she was thinking if she's going to take this pawn, right? Took her 17 minutes here to decide, okay, I will take. I will let you skewer me.
Oh,
And
this is.
wow, nice counter move here. Didn't
Did we
consider.
miss that?
Yeah. I was just counting on this knight being available for me later.
Yes, I think we totally like a focus on knight g5. We missed that totally.
Yeah, knight c2, very nice move.
Queen d2.
Queen back to d2, and now they both capture a rook.
Okay.
Now do I?
But then now is a knight is trapped, so this is like a little bit tough position. Can that knight make out?
Well, now that the queen is the
E5?
only guard of the knight, maybe we can still
Escape?
swing back,
Swing
because
back,
even if the
yeah.
knight goes here, we get a knight.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair. Yeah. That's
So
exactly
yeah,
what happened.
that's what happened exactly. Knight c2,
Knight takes an h7, king takes it.
getting at least the pawn, and then
Definitely.
saving the bishop. Okay. King takes.
And then queen.
I don't think I would have done king takes. Oh, well, we have to somehow protect
Yeah,
g6.
G6, yes, I guess that's.
But even knight takes stops you from attacking g6 a little, and might combine with the queen.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't see direct attack right now, and then there's no threat, so king could definitely, I don't know. Knight could definitely take it on h7, and then coming to swing by on f6. But I think they also worry about the e6. It could be, you know.
Queen takes, knight over to d7, bishop f4, okay, check. All right, and slowly Nicole's pieces were making them out and getting to those good squares.
Yep.
Trying to take down this
The
pawn that
pawn.
seems abandoned, but very strong defense here. Is it worth it to trade and then capture this pawn? I don't think the king safety will agree, right? It's a bit of a double edge.
Yeah, it's a double edge, but I don't know, like taking queen d3, bishop e6. I think I'm secure, right?
Yeah, it looks actually safe.
Yeah.
Is there something else to see? Takes here.
Queen e5. But the knight takes on f4. I don't see anything bad about that.
Yeah, I was even thinking letting you capture here and attacking your queen.
No,
And then
I don't know if I
exchanging,
want to do
but
that. Then I take a pawn, you know.
yeah, you get the a pawn, right?
So
Even after takes, you get this.
yeah.
Okay. Instead we see knight h5. A little tempo off the bishop, and then queen h4. Wow, so Nicole was keeping up the aggression, getting those pieces. Even proximity towards my king, this queen being only 2 squares away from the king makes me start sweating a little.
Yeah, there's a queen e1 check as well, you know, stating queen hold on.
Yeah, queen e1 was
Queen
going to be
f1.
met with queen f1, right?
And then knight g3, bishop g3, queen g3. No, I don't like that. With the
Then
bishop
swinging
e5
back.
idea. Oh, maybe knight e2, and then you kind of like make it really quickly on time and trade my bishop. I guess that's what it is. Okay. I tried.
If this bishop was part of the attack, maybe you had enough time,
Yeah.
but all right, here we at least pick up this b2 pawn, which will it lead into problems with king safety? 92, bishop e5, knight f4.
avoiding.
And now we're trading in. Okay, B5.
No,
Not for the final game.
not the final one.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll have
We'll see.
her talk about it,
If she's gonna come, let's see.
I think. So is board 2
Board
already
2,
done?
and I don't know, let's check it out. Board 2 and 4, we are still waiting for. I think the board 4 I think came in. The Nico won against Neji. Okay. So we have that.
There's the one with material advantage, I think, no?
Mm. Yes, I think that's what it was.
Look over. Knight swinging in.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this threat. The king has to
Mhm.
react.
Knight c6, beautiful.
Wow. That's a
Mate.
nice little change of
Beautiful.
pieces here, yeah.
Oh, the queen. Okay. So it's gonna
Always a threat.
always.
And black
Oh,
decides to sacrifice the queen here. Yeah, too much.
that's a lot. Now I don't think they can really handle this position. Yeah, so
They
it's
won't be
game.
able to hold.
They won't be able to hold. Okay.
Very nice from Nico.
Uh-huh. All right. I think everybody's done besides board 2. So that's what we're waiting now.
Oh yeah, this is gonna take a while. So yeah,
But
queen
what's the
going
time? The
back
time is 12 minutes left
to
for
2 minutes.
yeah, to 2 minutes.
So
That's
some
what
time pressure.
yeah, Sahara has a little time pressure, so she needs to, start blitz. Yeah.
All right, so we can take a short break to see if
Yeah.
Irina is going to come
Yeah, let's see.
to talk about the game.
All right, sounds
All
good.
right, so we'll be right back. Okay, everyone, welcome back. Thank you for waiting through the break. I know it was a long one. So the final game that we haven't reviewed yet for the senior championship here, and you can still see some of the moves here. We already have the final result. I believe we were talking about the pressure on d5 here and how a4 was met with a5, and you thought maybe this wasn't necessary. We could also take advantage of this square, right?
Maybe yes, it's a possibility. Yes, yeah.
After knight b5, this is
Knight retreated
not
away.
so accurate according to that. Knight h3 was a mistake.
Also, with the they are offering here on knight instead of knight bishop f4 with a knight c7 fork.
Knight c7 idea.
Interesting.
And additionally, also the bishop moving to c7 is also dangerous because we pick up the knight.
Exactly. So that's like a really nice move. So if the well, I guess you have to take it bishop c7 and then do that kind of trade.
These are some of the computer moves that
Yeah.
they show, and then
Interesting.
trading
Maybe
out,
with
and
the
then
rook
rook
c7
c1.
and let's see. Yeah,
All right, so just
definitely.
like a little.
Definitely a little advantage for white in here. Okay.
After that, knight h3, and now g5. So g5 deciding.
F3, knight squished on F2, which is kind of like a little bit passive position for white, but let's see how it's gonna continue.
Capture, pawn takes, rook over, okay. f4, pawn g4, got it.
F5, so
Trading the f pawn for that h pawn.
yeah.
A little tempo here on the rook, and a nice square for the knight here on e5.
Oopsie.
My goodness. Nice square for the knight here on e5. All right, little tempo here on the queen. Let's see if my right hand doesn't mess up.
That's okay.
The queen goes to e6, and queen over to d2. Good.
Knight e4, queen f4. I think we took a little bit. Did we say anything about like a sacrificing here? We talked about a little bit, but nothing really crazy happening, right?
Yeah, there isn't enough. These knights on b5 and b6. I don't think. Oh, right. So we were talking about trading, and then maybe this happening.
Exactly.
Or knight here first.
Yes.
Right. You just reminded me. But yeah, it likes white's position here. Knight takes g4, just taking the free pawn is enough.
Knight c4, bishop h3 doesn't really, likes that. They said that probably they should take in that knight on e4.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
And for what?
Take a pressure off, I guess, a little bit on d5. Well, thinking.
It still looks so messy. It's
It
not
is
so
very
clear.
messy. It is very, it is definitely not clear, but
Giving white still +2, but I
yeah.
barely understand that position. All right, so bishop h3, and what was white's plan here? Okay, get rid of one of those knights, and the eval bar getting very active here.
Yeah.
With these next moves.
Yeah.
Queen over to h4 and bishop e5, right?
To prevent the bishop f6. Yeah.
Need to open up that line of defense here. The queen and rook working together, the bishop as well.
Yeah.
Bishop getting comfortable here on g7. The king is a little bit more protected here. And now this rook suddenly running out of squares.
Yeah.
So is it from here that white, just the coordination of the bishops and the rook's kind of misplaced here with the knight in the way. It looks like we just don't have time to stop these forks and even keeping the bishop pair going into this. Nice. So I ended up trading, so white a huge advantage here, and it makes me curious how Asa Hoffman slipped away from here. He's done that to me various times.
Right. But this also looks like a problem to me.
Okay, great. So we're gonna swing over to the women's championship here. Great. And here is the game, I think.
All right.
All right, I'll just adjust this while Tamara acts a little bit, maybe.
Huh?
Okay.
All right. So, Irina, I want to congratulate you. This nice and smooth, winning here.
Yeah, no, it wasn't today. It was not very smooth. This game.
The last
This was,
game?
yeah, really tough for me. And I guess I was quite lucky, I think, to make a draw without like too much trouble. But yeah, somehow like the whole stuff from the opening, it was just a difficult position to navigate. I wasn't like really that familiar with this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this line, the Benoni is so rare these days, so I kind of played my old pet line, this F4
Mm-hmm.
move, and I actually kind of struggled with it in some games in the past, and I see that I should really take a better look. So F5, yeah. I spent like so much time on this moment. I mean, because this move like it weakens that square, but on the other hand, it's also really interesting. And I have to say, like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I didn't navigate this great. Yeah, Rook A3. I don't know what I should have done.
Says E5 was best. So
E5, yeah.
E5 right
E5
away.
is what I did on the next move, and
Correct, yes.
this was not just so obvious to me, right? Like, well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, this line is like so far from obvious
Mm-hmm.
that you're supposed to like go back with your knight. And I actually saw this like some ideas like this before. I mean, like after Rook A3, but yeah, pulling that knight back voluntarily with the idea of some sort of like, I guess, trying to put the bishop on F4 depending on where they go. Yeah, like this was a little bit too difficult for me to like really decide on. And oops, I knew that was a little problem, but
Right.
so yeah, it was like really tough, I think, also psychologically to be in this position, like right out of the opening where you have like some very big problems to solve. It's very concrete play. So I played here. There was some point to this move. And after Rook B8, I was like, maybe now is a good time to play this. Like I just felt I was so suspicious about this rook's placement.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think my move was, it was not so good. And somehow all the tactics worked out for black. I mean, I was kind of hoping, like for positions like
Right.
this, and I don't know, maybe that's still not
Bishop.
so good, but that was the intention. Rook E8. Wow. Because this knight is hanging. So apparently they
Right.
could even pull this back because of that hanging knight. Yeah. Definitely the calculation, I guess, was not good on this E5 move. And after that, it was really just kind of a one-way game where I tried to stay alive, considered all kinds of ideas, but knight takes H7 was not a mistake. Bishop F4. Yeah, the problem is that like it seems simple, but in practice it's pretty hard to play this position. Everything has gone so badly for white, like you're kind of stuck, without your center anymore. So I got back the pawn like this. Yeah, here I feel like I should have moved my bishop back here. That part we figured out in the analysis because I lost a very valuable tempo like coming up.
Was it possible instead of knight d7, bishop takes on c3 and then black could take it on d?
Yeah, but those things never worried me. I was never like, yeah, she could try to win the pawn, but then that's like sort of the least danger for me. Maybe I can, play for a win. Yeah, I was looking at like this and queen c3, queen d5, bishop e5.
Right.
And then, yeah, maybe bishop c4 if I get a chance. Okay, I have to evaluate knight d7,
Right.
bishop h8 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that wasn't the biggest problem. This bishop is so strong that I would have gladly like lost a pawn.
Right.
What she did was quite good. I mean, here I guess I misplayed it too. Like d6, I thought that this was gonna run into that. But maybe again, I need to really challenge that bishop.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
a
best
really good
chance.
question.
Yeah. So now I get it. Like, so this is too slow. And I never got a chance to play knight e2, and it was like all the black pieces were coming in.
Right.
Again, like I felt like I was on the verge of losing, just trying to stay alive, right? -1 evaluation is like what was my estimation. Like that I just told my opponent when we were analyzing the game that, okay. It's funny, once I lost the pawn, I didn't feel so bad about my position anymore, which is interesting because, it felt like it became practically easier to play. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, the computer, I guess, can try to win this. This one, it doesn't seem so bad for white. I mean, there's always counterplay, right? Like,
Right.
so I was like, psychologically, I didn't feel that this was the worst position, even though the evaluation looks kind of bad by the engine. But I was feeling like I was kind of on my way out of trouble.
Right.
And then here I just took my chance to be like, okay, I see the perpetual from this king side. And, what's funny is that I can take the bishop and then black will make a perpetual. But she doesn't have more than that because there's actually no way for her to win that pawn, despite the fact that, she starts with checks.
Right.
Because there's just, no way to get that pawn. So it would
Right.
kind of still be a draw. So yeah, I mean, it was kind of really difficult game.
Right.
And I feel pretty lucky that it ended at least, you go in, you think you're like, well, you have whites and you feel like,
You
Yeah.
have 2 results in your favor.
yeah, you're like a huge favorite and like, you're not thinking that you're going to be like scraping for a draw,
Right.
but at some point in this game, I was like, oh, I really want to make a draw. Yeah, so, but yeah, I think my opponent, she really played a good opening, like from a practical point of view, it was very kind of difficult for me to handle,
Right.
and certainly, was a tough game.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then she definitely handled this pretty good, this opening. Yes, we were looking on e5. I totally missed the knight c2 over there at that work.
Yeah, that the knight even comes
Yeah.
back, like somehow,
Yeah.
like everything was working out, that knight was not trapped on a3.
Right, right. That knight g5 was hanging, so that was like I kept forgetting about the knight, your knight on g5. If he had that extra move, the h4 or something, right? The knight would be protected then.
Yes.
But well done. Well.
Yeah, no, I think my opponent, Nicole, she had a good tournament, and
Oh,
it's
yeah?
nice for her, I think, to finish like that. Yeah, it's funny. At some point in this game, you feel like, oh, maybe I should offer a draw, as like the higher rated player and things are not going well. I mean, it crosses your mind, but there's like a few things I have against that, First of all, I think it's like a terrible example to set like any other players. Like, I mean, it's a very common thing for like higher rated players to like offer draws in
Right.
worse positions, and because they're often accepted.
Yeah, we had an example
Yeah.
earlier with Sergey Kudrin and Oliver Turning going
Yeah.
into that. Yeah.
Right. So there's that. So you might get the result you want,
Right.
but I feel like, okay, so first of all, it's not a good example to set kids, that you get a bad position and you just like offer a draw. It's also, I feel like it kind of robs your opponent a bit. Like, okay, they might out of some psychological,
Right.
difficulties accept the draw,
Mhm.
but like you're kind of robbing them also of the chance to play a game against you. Right? Say I never offered a draw, and my opponent will always feel fine, like she did what she could,
Right.
and it ended in a draw anyway, rather than being like, oh, I was afraid, so I like accepted a draw. So there's that, and then there's just the fact that also like, yeah, I just don't. That's not the way I want to make a draw. Like if it's my fate to lose, I'll lose,
Right,
But,
right.
But I'm just saying, like, it's the kind of thing that crosses your mind when things are not going well, and you understand there could be a way out.
Right.
Right. It's just like it's just not a way out that I want to take for myself.
I do respect that definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what goes on behind the scenes.
Right.
Like in a game like that was definitely there. But yeah, at some point I just made that decision for myself. Like that is like not going to be a strategy that I use when I play chess.
I like that strategy. Very good. It's like a very fighting also, like,
It's
spirit.
very pure chess.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
okay, if the game ends in a draw, it ends in a draw. If you lose, you lose. That happens. Play better.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly, yes.
Don't
Yeah.
end the game like prematurely because, of this sort of
Try to escape, kind of, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, using people's psychological weakness, because that's what it is, and we all face it, right? Like,
Sure, sure.
if like some 2800 offers, me a draw, even when I know I'm better, that's gonna put me at that same spot, right? So
Right.
it's like, no, it's hard to be there, and all chess players have like been in that situation.
Sure.
But I guess, yeah, I mean, overall, I'd like prefer to just let the moves
Yeah.
do the talking.
Exactly. Well, definitely, make off, right?
Yeah, it's what can you do, At least I didn't beg for a draw in this game.
Well, great. Thank you so much for this, and then congratulations one more time. It was
Thank
great.
you. Thanks,
And,
guys.
yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. Right.
All right, so we want to wrap these up. Let's
Wow,
see.
what a game. Yes. She finished with a 4.5 point. And she is on the first place, Irina Crush. And then we have, I think we have at the board 2 came in the result. So
Right, road two.
we have who won, the Sahana or Jasmine?
We have Jasmine winning this game. I
Jasmine won
don't
the game.
recall if we already saw an decisive advantage for Black early in the game. I remember this point. And
I think there was a
getting the
little,
bishop over to f3 to actually hold on to the pawn.
yeah.
Right. And now fianchetto here, knight over to c3. Pawn up, taking. All right, trading.
Yeah.
And knight e7 escapes with the knight.
Yeah.
Queen sliding over 2. Okay. Knight d4, taking. All right. And all right, this got left on, but still. Queen b1, trading here, and then offering to trade the queens here.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we don't want to give them a pawn that's even closer to the other side, right?
Right,
And
right.
with the rooks are still there for backup, so all right, attacking the defender. And apparently here's when Black's advantage grows.
Yes, it does. Yes, after trading. And I guess the white thinking that pass pawn on d file is enough
But the
to
king is just too weak, no?
exactly. King is kind of a little bit too open. So let's see how that plays out.
Black always has the escape hatch of always doing a perpetual, but now the rook also gets involved, so we have some very simple 1-2 threats here.
Sure.
White needs to protect f3, and suddenly it's equal now.
Yeah.
What was their opportunity after
What they could done.
queen e5? So queen e5 was a bad move.
Yeah.
It says rook c1 was best. So I don't really understand why suddenly this is a draw. Maybe having that much room.
Well, if you trade queen f3 check and then takes over there, maybe that they can get out. Well, yeah, it could be, yes, definitely, because I'm still gonna start checking and maybe going after the pawn. I don't know. It's a possibility that white.
So these checks will be like this way, and then maybe there's this touch.
Yeah, but then
Oh no, Jesus.
no, queen f. Oh no, check and then the queen f6 perhaps.
Queen f6, right?
So then you have to play.
Blocks.
What do you pro? Yeah, I mean, if you take that f7 check,
We'll have that perpetual.
I think I can get away with the perpetual.
I wonder what. Yeah, Black still has like a slight advantage here. And yeah, like we said, queen d4. And they want to attack on this diagonal, queen c3.
Yeah. Okay. All
So
right.
queen e5 check.
Was it blunder?
A blunder after f3. So it looks like the king is just too weak. But this endgame is
Well,
it
the
holdable for
king
white?
is cut off, so that's the problem. But so here's the problem. Instead of going, what about the rook a1 straightforward? So I'm inviting you to capture. and then I can have that little scoop with the king coming in. With the
Coming
check.
out.
I mean, coming out.
Yeah, yeah, coming out. They're coming into the center too. So maybe the king. I mean, this game is still very playable. We're gonna make a
True,
pass
true,
pawn
true.
here.
It's not gonna be easy game, but I mean, it's interesting. So
You like this better than
because then
passively waiting on G1, right?
yeah, my king it becomes like a cut off, and I cannot do anything about it. So rook A1 is interesting because I mean,
Maybe if rook A1, then the king
sure, and then I will push the
has
D6.
time to be the one to stop it.
Wait.
I cut you off anyways.
Can we go back? King F8, D6, King F8, no D7.
And we run into the same problem.
Are we rook E1? You take King F2.
Maybe they want to avoid this. Oh, sorry.
Maybe I'll go
Because
king.
if you try this now, you cannot defend the
So
pawn.
maybe I'll go king. Yeah, maybe I'll go into
G2.
king in G2 and
So you
then
can
king
slide
H3.
over.
Yeah. And then when you do king H3, and then I have a rook E5 in case of anything. Or if you do rook D3, I'll.
Oh, even here, I'm gonna. Oh, okay.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. But maybe I can still fight. But let's see what happened in the game.
All right. So here we have rook D2, D6 takes, rook A1, rook D2. Okay, the rook cutting the king off, and now. Oh wow, I'm surprised they let the king go out
Yeah.
so early. I feel like the king and pawns can advance a little, create a
Yeah,
second.
definitely. I will probably did advance and then
But still,
let's
black
see.
keeps their advantage apparently.
I guess.
And yeah, now it's kind of comfortable being able to push your opponent's king back.
Oh, and then
These
this is where they gonna
trades are threats, right?
threats,
When the
yeah.
trade becomes a threat, and now you lose a pawn because of it. Yeah, now these
Now
pawns
this
are
is,
connected, and
Yeah,
everything's gonna advance together.
that's pretty easy win, I believe, so for black now.
Definitely. So with this result in this section, we have how many players tied now?
So we do have so
Nicole also with
Nicole
4
has a 4
points,
point.
probably with great tie break, so she'll definitely get the free entry from my estimate.
Yeah, Jasmine
And
has
then
a 4 points. as
Jasmine
well.
also with 4 points.
Shruti also has a 4 points.
All right, so those are first 4 places there.
Yes.
And then a
we
3.5.
have- With the 3.5, we have Nico.
Nico with this win over SG.
And then we're gonna go down to the 3 points now. RV.
RV. Okay, or RV or anyone who lost here on boards 2 and 3. So
Yeah.
that's going to be a tough tie break
Yes.
situation for all of them to see who gets that final paid entry. And we were in the middle of the last game here
Yes, we almost.
with the senior championship. So this will be the final game we review tonight. We got to this point where taking here is still fine. White has an advantage, and suddenly this is a mistake. Suddenly Asa Hoffman slips out of a disadvantage. It's suddenly equal.
Because like look at this, the queen on d5, right? It's always like discovery checks happening.
And that's what the computer wants to do. Kick out make sure that queen isn't bothering us. And
Rook f6 looks very interesting.
this is a wild computer move, but now
the check and then the rook over there. It's a lot.
even if the king runs away, what's gonna happen?
No, that's a good question. What's gonna happen?
Maybe rook can hang out on f1 and make more threats.
We can do that probably, yes. And the queen h7 is threatening, yes, absolutely.
Right, so now the bishop is protected. So rook slides over, and okay, this is the computer line.
This is the computer line. So the bishop f6 was blundered. That's what the engine telling us to
Avoid this
avoid
check.
this check. Yep, and
A2 becomes a problem. Rook f2,
ooh.
and then queen d1.
May I ask why they couldn't promote with a check? Wasn't that possible? Oh, there's a rook a1. Oh
There's
my
the
gosh.
microphone, right?
Gosh, oh
I
my
didn't remember.
gosh.
But yeah, queen here first, and
Okay, so
it
now
says
that
king g2 first, right?
No, king g2 they play and then it's a blunder. That's what they are saying. So they should take it on d1 and then promote it. So now it's kind of even. No, not even. They are up materially, but they can probably
Oh, the
try
queen's probably
to
creating so many threats with the rook.
with the
This
perpetual
combination.
check or something. Yes.
It says 0-0 here, so that is White's best chance to hold a draw,
Yeah.
to allow this line where he's down the knight, and
Yeah,
the
because the
queen
king
is
is
just
so
surrounding the
open,
king.
right? Yeah. So, but let's go back. What happened after king g2?
King g2, now suddenly Ace is winning. So in a few moves,
From this point.
completely lost at +3 to 0, and now suddenly after king g2 -7. So
Ooh.
those kind of swings happening at a classical game you don't
Yeah.
see too often, but wow, Asa got really fancy here.
Oh, boy.
Nice little under promotion. I
Yeah.
have think I've seen that in this event
Yeah.
this weekend. So after 91, the king sliding over. So actually, it's a mistake. It's a mistake here according to the computer.
King h1 will be probably the best option, it says.
Uh-huh. And even after taking the rook, again,
Queen
you have too
c4,
many
then
checks.
kind of a little bit, I guess.
Too many checks and threats. Okay, this gets crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is a draw. Totally computer. Totally.
Yes.
Only if two stockfishes face each other, then that's a draw.
Exactly. That's a draw. Yes. And especially, oh boy.
All right, so you want to unite. I, of course, understand. I would never consider going backwards
So
into
first
a.
of all, let's agree. Would you promote it into a knight?
Oh, no.
In this, yeah, definitely not, right? You just taking the probably.
Can we take the rook here?
I don't
Or do we still
know.
have an advantage? Now suddenly white is winning.
Mhm.
Why is white winning? Because of this
Check.
check. I guess king
King
h7.
h7, queen f7, and game over. I don't know, c7 or f7.
Still promoting to a knight and stop you now.
All right. So interesting. So the knight saves the game. King h3.
Oh, okay, so this is the actual line, not the new knight. We have to use the knight that already exists, probably to save it from here, apparently. And then after king h3, still don't see clearly taking the rook now. Okay, so just avoiding, and this also avoids checks.
Check.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a
Okay.
little intermediate move before we capture the rook, before we cash out. All right, look at all my checks, look at all the captures, and look at all the checks my opponent might have as well. So
Yeah.
leaving the knight on e3
Yeah.
will stop that. So Asa goes with this crazy line of under promotion, and after the king slides over to h3, we can
Ooh.
trade out.
Okay.
Now some knights,
Now.
two knights for a rook, and then a bishop and bishop, rook, and white has a pawn as well, right? So in theory, 6 points against 6 points. Let's see how these knights immediately just recover the material,
Oh boy. Yeah. That's
create another pin, trade out,
And then
and
extra
Asa
knight,
has
and
an
then
extra knight.
yeah,
So
definitely. So
completely winning for black.
definitely.
Impressive comeback from Asa here.
Yeah, he got pretty lucky in this position. And then-
Very lucky. A couple times, even that under promotion, he probably saw it. It looks fun. He
Yeah,
did it,
yeah.
but there was a cleaner 93, and then
Yeah.
holding back any of the counter play that my opponent might have after queen takes rook.
Yeah.
So this would have been the cleaner, no risk line.
Sure.
But sometimes we gotta take a risk and have some fun in our games.
Definitely, absolutely. So definitely, in the senior section, we have Michael Rode, in first place with a perfect score with 4. And then we have a couple players who has a 3.5.
Well, undefeated, right? Definitely undefeated,
Yeah,
because
he's
once was a
undefeated.
draw
Yeah,
and
yeah,
one.
he did draw, yes, but he's not defeated, definitely.
One draw and one bye. So
Yeah,
that's why he
very,
ended
very
up with
nice,
4.
very nice and smooth winning. And then we have about 5 people who has a 3.5 with Salman Terra, Jay Bonin, Asa Hoffman, Eric Flashman, and Sergey Kudrin. They all have 3.5. I think that's a really nice, tournament, ending for them. I believe so. I'm pretty sure they wanted more, but I think it's still decent. What do you think?
Yeah, Mr. Rode great. Even also joining Jay Bonin at that Packer tournament. So Road was able to come a little earlier and have more full time, but still got that quick draw with Sal. So
Yeah.
he got to walk away with that championship. And with that draw and the second board, he is by himself on that plaque that we'll put up on our wall.
Yeah.
And here, Irina for 2 years in a row,
Yep. Yep.
crushing the competition, of course.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, let's see. So next year it's gonna be very interesting, you know.
All the upcoming girls, as they mentioned.
Yeah. So yeah.
So
Okay.
it was a pleasure to commentate with you this weekend.
Likewise.
And
Likewise. It was
I
a lot of
hope
fun.
our viewers
Enjoyed.
enjoyed as well. And please follow, subscribe, do all those things, and help support the club, have more of an online presence. I'm excited to go on this journey with you guys. So
Thank you so much for watching us, and have a good night, everyone.
enjoy your evening. Good night.